How's it going, everybody? My name's Moses, and for the longest time, I've contemplated starting some form of online dialogue with people about what's going on in life, Christianity, chiropractic, family, morals, and all the above, all the things that we find separate us or bring us together. And a lot of it's going to be based off if we believe the same things. Well, my hope is that we find a way to bridge the gap to understanding somebody. So it took me a while, and for the longest time, I avoided doing this because I just don't really care too much to be in front of the camera in the sense of talking about things like this. You occasionally will see me get on there and kind of give my opinion on things or talk about some things, but it's typically not my favorite thing to do. But I do think there's a lot of things we all could work on as a group. And my hope is by doing this, we can find a way to unify. So, a little bit about me. I'm Moses. I'm a chiropractor, follower of Christ, the one and only true King. I'm married to the most beautiful woman on the planet, probably the biggest blessing in my life to date. Um, I'm relatively opinionated, as most of you may know. Um, and I would like to describe myself as a true conservative. And I'll explain to you what I mean by that later on. Um, all my opinions are based on these things: my love for Christ, my wife, my family, my friends, and my freedom and this country. So my hopes by doing this is to start a different way to dialogue so that people can understand each other and resonate with people and empathize for people. Um, I want to make sure that this is something logical, but also acknowledges someone's emotions. I want us to be able to have empathy, but also be reasonable about each topic we discuss. Too often we see that people want to be pushed into a box, they want to conform to something. And that's just not how life works. We all don't agree with everything on this side or everything on this side. We may have a couple values and beliefs about some things over here, and maybe even some things over here, but they're all mixed up. And what we need to stop doing is putting ourselves in boxes that separate us, that make us lose friends, that make us lose family, um, and better yet, force us to ununify against the biggest problem, which is, in my opinion, the government. Um, Correction, not just the government, demonic forces. And the structure of this whole dialogue, I'm hoping to do, and it may change over time, is to have a 30-minute talk, 10 minutes being about health, a little bit about chiropractic and Gonstead, and what I do specifically in my office and how it differs from a lot of other offices. 10 minutes of geopolitical affairs. I want to teach people how to think differently, how to understand where someone else is coming from, and to be able to make sure that they're just having a conversation and not losing a friend or a family member over a belief. And in the last 10 minutes, I want to focus it on Christ, and more specifically, masculinity within Christ, and how men should be and how men should act. And the good news is this is becoming more popular across the board, but I do think it's probably one of the most important things to date that we need to focus on, with men not being the providers, the protectors, and the people that they're supposed to be. Because if they have their shit right, their families are usually right. So that's kind of the whole reason for this little setup. And my hopes is as time goes on, I can start to have people have discourse with me from all walks of life, the healthcare world, political beliefs, different orientations, different professions, etc. Um, we'll see how it goes.